We've been prepping this for so long. We've been doing this pod. Oh, you got me.
Money shot.
Oh.
Wow. We should probably do the podcast.
Yeah, okay, I'll let you do the thing.
Get situated.
Nervous.
Slightly high up.
A little nerve-wracking for me.
I mean, it's at least 10 feet.
Yeah.
At least.
You're not wrong.
I don't think. Hello, everybody. My name is Luke Champion. The date is February 18th, 2023, I think. Wow, that's pretty good. And this is The High Life. It's a podcast. It's brand new, right?
Brand new, yeah. And so really quickly, the idea for this quote-unquote podcast is to interview like-minded people that enjoy putting themselves on the line and other crazy activities like the one we're doing right now. So welcome and thank you for being the very first guest on The High Life.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of funny, we literally thought of this idea on our drive up here. I wanted to film this episode while sitting on the snowbank, just kind of close to the edge of the cliff. And Luke says, we should do it on the High Line.
On the High Line.
And here we are.
A day later.
On
the High Line.
On a High Line.
Doing the dang thing.
We're pretty high. So, man, it's been a wild journey just to get to this point in time this weekend. I'll let you tell this story. What did we have to do just for this line to happen on this day?
So first of all, Alonzo is quite the athlete, and he tends to sandbag things. So
and for those
at first
explain what sandbag is for those people that might not know the term.
It's telling you the hike is 5-7 miles, and then you get in there and thinking it's 10 miles in the snow. So yeah, I got there, hiked 7, 8, 9, 10. How many miles? 9 miles.
It was 9 according to our GPS.
9 miles through the snow, which is quite the adventure with a 45 pound pack.
Just about, yeah.
But that wasn't even the hard part. We got here and there's like 6-7 feet of snow on the anchors on the cliffs, which is like insane. So we dug through, on this side we dug a full igloo, which I guess we can show you later on.
We'll show you our tunnel. This High Line is literally sticking out of a tunnel. And funny enough, one of the things we were actually nervous about right before coming onto this High Line was what if the snow bridge just collapses because the sun's been hitting it all day and
it would fall right on the master point.
And it could fall right on our High Line, which would not be good.
Not to be too good.
But we're trying to not think about that. Anyway, let you continue with the story. I sidetracked us for a bit there.
I'm a little terrified, but yeah, we dug out a full-on igloo on this side. Took a good while, probably 4 hours of digging, and then we made a ski dead man anchor with snow.
And again, for everyone listening that doesn't know what a ski dead man anchor looks like, describe that and exactly what that entails.
This is completely foreign to me, like snow and snow backpacking, snow highlining. It's completely different. So like a ski dead man anchor was terrifying to me, but you like literally just take a set of skis, you dig down 4 or 5 feet. How deep did you go?
Probably went like 3 or 4 feet.
3 or 4 feet?
Something like that.
Holy cow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you just bury the skis, and then that's what you use to rappel off. So we buried that, and then Sarah, who is a badass climber, she rappelled off the side of a 3,000-foot cliff and set her anchors up off 6 feet of snow.
She literally rappelled off a pair of skis and if that would have gone wrong, that's at least 1,000 feet.
Yep.
It's not something you do as a normal day-to-day life of living.
Yeah, this isn't what my week mostly looks like.
So let's talk about that because I feel like we haven't touched on you at all. What is it that you do both, in your extracurricular life as well as for, career stuff and all that kind of stuff? Because I find you really interesting, the career path you have versus the lifestyle on your extracurricular that you have. It's one of a kind, it's unique, and it's awesome.
Yeah, so I live a little bit of a bipolar lifestyle. On the weekends and weekdays when I don't work, I'm a bit of a bum, a little bit of a dirtbag guy who's either skydiving, highlining, climbing, surfing.
So that's a lot of sports.
Something like that. And then during the week, if I'm working, it's in the modeling industry.
Right on.
And it's a little more fashion forward.
Yeah.
It's a lot more showers.
Yeah, and would you mind if we threw some pictures on the screen to show kind of what that looks
pictures.
like?
Yeah, I got some nudes, some good, we can show
Yeah,
those to everybody.
we'll share his OnlyFans on the screen here, so you guys can.
OnlyFans will be up. Go subscribe. We'll give you a discounted rate. It'll be great. Yeah, but the modeling industry is great. It's I've been doing it for like 2 years now, and it's something that I have to like come to terms with inside of the adventure sports community, because I feel like some people, it rubs them the wrong way, and they might think differently of me because I am like
Interesting.
a model. And so a lot of times I'll just say I do freelance or something because I don't want to say I'm a model.
Have you experienced any kind of off-put rubbing in a way?
I think a little bit. I went to Colorado and highlined out there, and I tried to just accept it and be like, yeah, I'm a model, like straight up. And I think some people might think like, he's too into himself, he's a model.
Oh,
so it's like, I don't know, I'd just rather put it off a little bit and just
that makes
say the
sense.
things I'm passionate about. And so when someone asks me what I do, it's like, yeah, I have fun mostly.
That's awesome.
And on the side, I do freelance, and I work in the entertainment industry, and try to be vague. And if someone wants to know and they truly want to get to know me, then I'll definitely open up and tell them. But I want it to come from a place of authenticity, and being a model really isn't my genuine self, I think. So I'd rather let them experience the other side, which is, I like to surf, I like to.
Right on, yeah. So you just give them your
stuff.
Give them the extracurriculars first, and then when they want to get to know you, dive and open up into the career and stuff.
Definitely, yeah. The things that might not be true to myself, but
still
make life happen.
You gotta make life happen. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of cool. How did you? First off, how did you get into modeling, and then how did you find all these adventure sports? You said you climb, highline, surf, and skydive, right?
Yep.
So how?
And a little scattered.
How does that transition happen? Because I don't know about you, but I met a guy when I used to skydive. I met a guy. I won't disclose his name on here, keep his privacy hidden and stuff. But this guy, he's real famous. He's got millions of followers online and stuff. And I didn't know this at the time, by the way. And we ended up skydiving all day together. And we took a big group photo at the end. And me unknowing that this guy was, this like super famous, whatever, told me, hey, by the way, can you not post those? And I was like,
no way.
Why not? He's like, technically my manager says that I can't skydive or do anything dangerous. It's in my contract.
What?
So this was like a literal, just to give you kind of an idea, he also works in in an industry where his looks need to be top notch.
Yeah.
So do you ever have any issues like that where your managers are kind of like, ooh, maybe you shouldn't do that. You might get hurt, hit your face, and have like a big bruise or something.
Definitely, yeah. That's it's sad for that guy, like, not being able to do what he loves for the sake of his career. But at the same time, it's like sometimes you have to sacrifice things to make money.
Of course.
And so in my case, yeah, my agents are amazing. I couldn't have a better relationship with them. And they tell me, yeah, I might need to be skinnier. That's a popular thing inside the modeling industry.
Right, yeah.
But
we talked about that.
They're not telling me I need to be skinnier because I look fat or something. It's just like, for the jobs that you want and the career path that, we have made for you, you just have to be these dimensions. And, it's like, if I don't want to, abide by that, I don't have to do it. They're trying to, have my best intentions in mind. And so they want me to do the stuff that's fun. They want me to come highline. They want me to go skydive. They want me to go do the fun things. They just want me to be safe. And so, like, skating. I used to love to skate, and so now I try to just cruise around and chill. I try not to do any crazy tricks. I'm not that good of a skater.
Man.
Me and Alonzo played a game of skate before this. It's pretty amazing.
I got wrecked. Yeah,
played in our hiking boots.
It wasn't even close. I didn't land. I don't think I landed a single trick. I haven't skated
Landed
since.
a kickflip. Got a kickflip.
Oh, I did land a kickflip. Yep.
Kickflip.
But yeah, I haven't really skated since middle school. I think it's kind of funny, actually, now that we're on that topic, how many skaters turn highliners?
A lot.
I know quite a few. I myself am one of them. I learned just recently that you're one of them.
Yep.
Jim Galley, our friend
He's a really
Jim.
good skater.
Absolutely. It's just I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the extreme sports aspect because as a skateboarder in middle school or high school, whenever you skateboard, you're kind of I guess you kind of see either yourself or you're seen as like a rebel child almost,
Definitely, yeah.
It's never like a sport that parents are taking their kids to and they're watching them compete and it's like, there's like all this stuff, right? It's
Very
definitely like a little bit of an individual, more like a rebel sport. And I feel like most of the stuff we're doing now is kind of like that. We like to be seen as the outcasts, as the dirtbags, as the people doing something different.
And we embody it, yeah.
Yeah, I love it
It's
personally.
amazing. I love it, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I don't really know where I was going with that.
I also think with like skateboarders, you have to be able to, like you're going to get hurt eventually.
True.
And you have to continually put yourself out of your comfort zone. And so I think with skating, for me, it's just like, you get out of your comfort zone and then you get highlining and it's like, wow, that's even more out of my comfort zone. And you love it even more. And so you start to love this place of being uncomfortable. And it's like, even getting on this line, I was terrified. I asked Alonzo, I wish we had footage of it.
Oh,
but I was like scooching out, didn't even want to roll that. So I was like, how strong is this? What's the braking strength? But
yeah, so you're a pretty avid highliner, I gotta say. I've seen you highline, you're pretty good, you know your stuff. But when we were finally, putting our mouths where our money were and coming out on this line together, Luke was asking questions that I've never heard him ask before. He's like, "You sure this webbing is strong enough?
What's the
And
rating
you
on
sure
this?
it's rated? And you
Is
sure?"
it bad for the cold? Does the cold diminish the strength?
Just everything you don't even think of, all of a sudden, just absolutely changes. And me myself, I'm actually really excited for that component of this podcast if it's going to continue and actually happen. I don't know how many people have been on a highline, even those that are really good at highlining, with another person.
Yeah.
And I think that adds a whole nother level to the mental game, really.
Yeah.
It's completely
different.
I'm a little bit nervous. I've been doing this for 6 years. And
when I heard Alonzo was nervous, I was like, why are you nervous?
Yeah,
you should.
I really just had to hide it because it's just something else.
Yep. We also have this, like we said, we built out an ice tunnel, and it's starting to cave just a little bit. It's definitely strong enough. It's not going to break. We're being completely safe for the most part.
For the most part.
Safety is like definitely top 10, I would say. maybe top like 8,
It's top 8, top 6.
Okay?
It's up there. It's up there.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's another factor that is in the back of my head, but I'm just going to breathe through it.
Yeah, we're just going to breathe through it, even though, how are your legs feeling?
Legs are feeling a little squished.
Mine are asleep a little bit, but we're going to push through. And then enjoy when the blood comes back later. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy couple days. Why are we here in the first place? What did we come here to do? And what have we not seen yet?
So we came here for the firefall, actually.
Which is right.
We're hoping to rig this line and then have the firefall in Yosemite. Horseshoe Falls lights up this time of year when the sun hits it perfectly and it looks like fire's coming off. It is the coolest thing in the world.
It's a sight to see, and we thought we would get, kind of a perspective that nobody's ever witnessed it from. And it didn't quite work out yesterday. I think we're at a bad angle for it. It's more southern. I can actually see the fall right now. If you look over there, you can see the trickle. And yeah, that's
we still have today, so today we'll definitely.
Yeah, hopefully. But I mean, hey, Yosemite Falls is looking great. It's got like a rainbow.
Had a dope ass rainbow on it.
Yeah, it's just pouring snow back there, and I think that's something.
It's a party.
Crazy. Crazy.
You guys hiked in on cross-country skis as well?
Yeah, we
talk about the snow.
Oh my goodness. Let's talk about our hike in. So when we were coming in, before we even started really, I was kind of laughing at everyone that was snowshoeing because I was like, we're gonna beat you guys on the way back. It's gonna be so much better for us. We're just gonna absolutely cream you guys on the way back. And as maybe not even a mile in the hike, I started to realize how wrong I was. Most of the hike was either flat or varying in slight uphill or slight downhill. And for those of you that don't know, you can't ski uphill. you can walk uphill, but you can't ski uphill. You'll lose your momentum. You'll eventually come to a stop, and it's just not going to work out. So it's not going to go as planned. Instead, these guys are now laughing at us because we brought some really heavy ski boots on top of some really heavy skis, and we now have to carry all that stuff back down. So
Tragic.
just no bueno.
No bueno.
Whatsoever. It's
Yeah, we had snowshoes and we started hiking for like 50 yards. And then we quickly, oh shit, there's my hair.
oh, it's floating.
Hair's floating away. Oh, bye, buddy.
Oh, cool. Little sidetrack.
The big descent down to the valley.
Yeah, hopefully we don't make the same big descent. Oh,
I left my mark.
Let's not bring that up. But
Yeah, big descent.
yeah, man.
There's one really fast way to get down.
Yes. Just
I
one.
think I'll take the long way.
I also want to take the long way.
Well, you want to play a game rock, paper, scissors?
What does the loser have to do?
Take the shirt off?
No. We need those. They got our lavalier mics. Yeah. One other thing, a couple other things actually. Let's talk about your starting point, because everyone has a very unique starting point into this crazy world of sports. Because it's not something that you can just look up online. Well, I guess now it is, but even then, it's something you look up online, and most people kind of see it and think that is crazy. There's no real way for someone that with complete zero knowledge on this sport to just come into it and jump in, So, me, I started almost 6 years ago. This was the time where you had to just get really lucky and stumble across a mentor that was willing to teach you.
Definitely, yeah.
And that's exactly what I did. And it was kind of funny. This guy would yell at me for not knowing what the pieces of gear were, but it was just tough love, but it was definitely love. And now I'm, 6 years later, still doing the sport, forever grateful to have stumbled on this person. So how did you start? What did that kind of timeline look like?
So I saw my best friend, Caleb Backus, lives in Hawaii. Shout out Caleb. Hello, Caleb.
Hi, Caleb.
Hi, Caleb. So Caleb Backus got into it, and I saw a photo of him in Hawaii highlining, and I was like, I want to do that.
So bad.
And so a month later, I was home over Christmas, and my brother had highlined back in the day, back in like 2012. And I asked him to set up his slack line, and that was January 1st of last year. And so that's the very first time I got on a slack line and like actually started going after it. Wow.
Relieve the pressure on the legs.
My legs are numb.
Yep, so are mine. But anyway,
this is kind of
I'm listening.
If we had our pants off, we could make an OnlyFans. Hi, this is a high life when you can check our butts out.
Okay, so your friend, you see him on Instagram, and he's highlining in Hawaii.
See him highline, and I asked my brother to take me out slacklining.
So wait, did your brother already slackline?
My brother wasn't like, he highlined a couple times back in the day in 2012 when it was like sketchy, just like one piece of webbing.
Okay.
In North Carolina, really random, yeah.
Okay.
And so yeah, over Christmas last year, I asked him to set up a slackline. We set up a slackline. I loved it, and so then when I went back to LA, I ended up buying one, and then I just went at it because I was like, I want to highline.
Of course, okay.
It looks incredible, and I will do that. And got some tips from Caleb and some other slackliners, and went to the beach at OMB, the original Muscle Beach Slack Park, and met a bunch of other slackliners. Met Chris, Kristen, Gomez, all the homies.
Yeah, all really cool people.
Yeah, and they welcomed me in with open arms, and it was amazing. And went on my first midline in May of last year, and then did my first highline actually with Alonzo at a gathering in Sequoia.
That was your first highline?
First proper highline.
Oh my goodness. And
Alonzo is right next to me on the freestyle line doing all these tricks, and I was like, holy crap, this is insane.
Well, hold on. What's even more insane is that I had no idea you were a complete beginner, because you were crushing. You were getting up, you were walking. It looked
I was trying.
It looked easy to you. I have to say, my first times on a highline, nowhere near what that looked like. I was out there sitting so improper, getting the line in my butt, chafing, just all the things you don't want to do. And you're out there just cruising, smiling. Heck, I even remember the cowboy hat.
The cowboy hat was so good. That was great.
You're wearing a cowboy hat
Cowboy hat
to
and
that gathering.
suspenders. That was amazing.
Cowboy hat and suspenders.
But I think that the difference is I got a bunch of tips from people highlining, and so they kind of gave me the beta as far as what to do and how to stand, to breathe, stuff like that. And then I also got thrown into a crew that was amazing.
Got it. Yeah, that would help.
And when I saw you right next to me doing crazy trips, throwing almighties, throwing can soups, Yodas, I was like, holy crap, this guy can do this and I can't even stand. I'm scared to stand. And I was like, and so I was like, no, I cannot just let my mind get in the way of me doing this.
That makes sense.
And so I think having so many crushers around, it was like, no, like there's no way I'm just gonna let my mind get the best of me. I'm gonna give it, if I can't physically do it, that's fine. And there were definitely some lines that I just physically wasn't good enough, but as far as mentally, it was like, I'm gonna give it all I got and nothing's gonna hold me back.
And you're giving it 100% ever since, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking awesome, man.
It's been great.
It hasn't even been a year then since you've gotten on your first Highline.
Hasn't even been a year.
Hasn't even been a year, and the progress is incredible.
Definitely.
Huge shout out to you, man. Seriously, that's
Thank you.
freaking awesome.
It's been fun. You've been kind of like a mentor, teaching me knots, being able to ask questions, taking me on trips like this. We went to an awesome festival, and I didn't just how to do things properly, safely, and efficiently. And you're definitely one of those guys, and it's fun to be able to learn because I really don't know much. I know the basics. I know
Learning fast though.
It's inspiring as well. Very inspiring.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So wow, it's like I said, it still just blows my mind that you've only been doing this since May of 2022, and we're sitting in February 2023. That's 10 months. That's bananas to me. That's absolutely bananas.
It's fun.
Whoa.
We had a couple bananas before we started this
We
trip.
did have a couple bananas. Yep.
Knocked them out.
Yeah. Wow. Wait, we were supposed to bring a mango out on this line.
So I did have a mango. I'll say it. I was a little scared. So this is where the heights and having two people on a high line come in hand.
Yep.
Because I was too scared to bring the mango out.
You forget how to do 2 + 2 at that point.
I was just going for survival.
When fear overrules, exactly, your survival instinct kicks in and you just forget everything logical.
But yeah. Next time I'll be cutting up a mango, and I'll also be naked, maybe.
Again, we'll link his OnlyFans on the screen here.
If you give me $20, I'll give you $20.
Dude, so the last little thing I got, I guess, is you're doing a lot. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
That is sweet.
Oh.
You're doing a lot. You're climbing, you're highlining, you're skydiving, and you're surfing. These sports aren't cheap.
Definitely not cheap.
What does your spending on all this stuff look like, man? Like seriously, I want to know because I dropped skydiving myself just because it was too much on top of the highlining and stuff.
Definitely. Skydiving is definitely the most expensive, and that's where most of my resources are going right now. But I practically spend all my money on either food or outdoor activities. Clothes, like this t-shirt I got at Goodwill for $2. These pants I got for free. These wool socks are families.
So really spendy on the adventure sports and food. Yeah, really frugal on everything else.
Everything else it's the dirtbag living, and I have modeling as a career, which is very different. I think an avalanche is happening.
Yeah, we have an avalanche happening right now. Little baby one.
Wow.
I don't know if the mics are picking it up, but you can hear all the ice falling. Yeah, so you would say skydiving then takes up the majority of those funds.
So skydiving is kind of like I definitely have goals with it for this year. It's kind of one thing I want to.
What are your goals?
Goals for this year are to get 200 skydives, do my first base jumps.
Ooh, so base.
Hopefully walk a 1K.
Okay.
That's one. And then I have other personal goals as far as who I want to become as a person. I believe in like who I'm becoming instead of what I'm doing. And so more than doing those things, I hope to become a better person, hope to love people better. And I definitely want to prioritize my career. And so, yeah, I think career is going to come first and self-development, but then behind that, definitely want to charge in the sports and focus in on the communities that I'm in.
Yeah, I definitely see it. You're one of those people that just comes into a new sport, just super, super willing to give 110% all the time. And it's people like you that are going to excel in those sports.
Definitely.
It's just what it is. I mean, you're 24,
23.
23. Wow.
Young
So yeah,
buck.
young. I started highlining around 23. So
Dang.
I guarantee
There's
you,
hope.
I guarantee by the time you've been highlining as long as me, you're going to be light years ahead of where I am
don't
right
know,
now.
dude.
Light years, just
You
guaranteed.
do psychotic stuff.
With the amount of effort you're putting, there's no chance of that not
Thank you.
happening.
We'll see. I don't know.
Man, so what else?
So what? I have this 30 by 30 goal.
What's a
which
30
I
by
kind of don't want to
30?
share. It's like
Okay,
30,
yeah.
30 things I want to do by the time I'm 30.
Oh, got it. Yeah, right. I've heard of
And-
those.
And they're kind of personal. I really don't share them with a ton of people
No,
because
yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
I want them. I don't know. I feel like if I put it out too much, then it becomes like infatuation.
And you
it's
want to do it
this
just to
idea.
prove others, like.
I just want to do it for myself.
Exactly.
Just because I genuinely love it, and not because I want to do it for show or anything else. Just because this is what makes me come alive. And
Right, but do you think if you put it out there, it becomes more for show because you've now put it out there and you don't want to be seen kind of as a failure in the eyes of a bunch of people?
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it. I think I also grew up in Alabama where there's tons of people with wishful thinking.
I see.
As far as, oh, I'd love to live in a van, or like, I want to live in a van, I want to do this, I want to do that. And they talk about it so much and it never actually comes to fruition.
Got it.
And so in Alabama, I got to this point of like, fuck it, like, I'm not going to talk about it, I'm going to go do it. And that kind of
Okay.
led to me being an outcast, but it was the most beautiful thing I could have done. And
And now you're in
now
California.
it's like, I'm not going to talk about it, I'm just going to do it, I'm going to keep my goals to myself, and I'm going to share them, I guess, with my intimate friends. But
Okay, cool.
let's let the
Yeah.
goals stay goals.
Goals will stay goals, and we're not going to share those on here.
Yeah.
But man, my legs are starting to kind of fall asleep. How you
Definitely
feeling?
starting to fall asleep. Should we both do that?
Okay. Well, one
What's
second.
next?
So, all right.
Oh, catch it! Holy
Oh,
shit!
they're getting
Oh my
golfed.
gosh!
Oh! They've been preparing this. The ambush is real.
Oh, catch it!
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
my
know why
word.
I'm more scared.
Oh my gosh! That was so close to my nuts. Oh my god. Ow, frick. Well,
Oh boy, they've been prepping this for so long. We've been doing this pod. Oh, you got me.
money shot.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. I think this is a great place to end it.
Good spot.
This is the spot. Let's Oh,
Holy shit.
okay. Last thing. Let everyone know where they can find you online or anything like that. If they want to follow you, you have any YouTube channels, Instagrams, things like that.
Online, you can check me out at nextmodels.something like that. I don't even know it.
He doesn't even know it, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get
my
it
Instagram
proper.
is just Luke_champ.
And we'll
Pretty
link,
easy.
we'll link all that stuff on the screen for you. Luke, thanks so much for being a part of this first
you.
episode. I know we just met, but this is going to go a long way.
Heck yeah, dude.
All right.
Stoked.
I'll let you get off this line first. Careful with the mic.
I'm gonna be terrified.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Good night, Knoxville. I don't know.
Whew. Yo, you guys had a lot of snowballs. My legs are so asleep. Oh.